Good Saturday morning, and welcome to Ice Age TV, Internal Combustion Engine Age YouTube channel that talks about all my cars and trucks and motorcycles, SUVs, the dogs, the Kiefer, the camper, the pool, the supercharger, the attitudes. Hey, good Saturday morning there for all those who watch my channel. Appreciate you tuning in this morning. If you're kind of keep an eye on my channel and listen to my morning comments. And it's not really going to be much of a conversation this morning. It's just ideas. I've always had ideas. Got my Chevy hat on. I think I'm going to drive the Chevy Colorado today. Haven't driven that in a while. I need to get the Ford truck here, race truck, service. That's why I'm not driving it. It needs to have a wiper motor replaced. Yes, it's got a factory recall. Wiper motor, wiring harness, and it needs an oil change, and the tires rotated. So I'm just kind of going to wait till I get the Ford Mustang back, the supercharger Dark Horse project. I'm going to drop that off while I pick up the Mustang. But that's next week's project. So what's going on today, right? I'm in the camper. You know, it's interesting. A lot of people have reached out to me saying, you know, what about your wife? Isn't your wife kind of disappointed you're not in the house with her? Yeah, I mean, literally, I've had some kind of personal comments there from those that watch my channel a lot. And I guess the wives are kind of raising their eyebrows. Like, what about the wife? Well, for the record, I am in the house. For the record, I do have a wife, but, you know, believe it or not, my wife actually was kind of been sick for a while, and for me, what's going on, unbeknownst to a lot of people, which a lot of people figured this out and told me that I was allergic to the dogs. I think it's more about Kiefer. I'm serious. Kiefer really does have an impact on my health, and it's not good. I mean, it's really sad. Oh, the phone likes to crap out on you, but for me, Kiefer really does have a big impact on my health, which is really a bummer. I don't know what I said and what you saw and didn't see, but it's a challenge because I am allergic to Kiefer, the German Shepherd, if you don't know which dog I'm talking about. And it's challenging because when I get around him in an enclosed environment, it really turns into me coughing and hacking and even shortness of breath. I've never have ever had that in my life. And even to the point, I was out doing a job here a while back, and I was like, what is wrong with me? I don't know what's wrong with me. So to kind of rehash what I just said, me living in the camper, the daughter has moved out of the camper, the dogs have moved out of the camper, and so now the kid and all the dogs and the wife are living in the house. But what's going on is a huge difference in me coughing, hacking, and not feeling very well. And it's all because truly, it's Kiefer dog here. He loses so much hair. Now the poodles and the Wheaten terriers are hyperallergenic because they don't drop all that hair. Kiefer really drops out of hair. So I'm kind of going back to, we've got a cat. Definitely got a cat, I think, living in my garage because every morning I come out now, the garbage has been riled up. Somebody's getting into it and having too much fun. But anyways, back to the, anyways, I know I say that a lot. The point is, right now, I'm better off being isolated from being in my house because the dogs, really more about Kiefer. I mean, it's not good. I mean, some people end up having to get rid of their dog because it's so radical. And I can honestly tell you that I start having shortness of breath and a difficulty of breathing when Kiefer's around me too long. So for those out there that are watching my channel, I know some are out there saying, hey, you know, what about your wife? What about your wife? Well, it's more about right now separation of me from the dogs, and that really does help me. And so, but there's nothing, you know, for just a record, my wife's not upset about me. Well, we're not having a major blowout. That's not what's going on. So just kind of trying to clarify that for all those that watch my channel. There's nothing going on there. So there's nothing going on in my relationship that think that, oh, the wife and I are at wit's end. That's not the case. So here's a question for everybody on my channel. I have so many motorcycles, and do I really need another motorcycle? No. But should I give up Green Rush? I already know what Green Rush is going to say. Should I give up my Low Rider ST for the Pan America CVO? Would that be a good idea? If anybody there watching my channel, very short video this morning, and do I take the Low Rider ST and get a nice Pan America CVO? I mean, here's the thing. I've got such a collection of motorcycles, and if you look at it, I really only have one enduro, one adventure bike, but yet I have so many sport bikes, I have so many cruising bikes, touring bikes. Good Lord, I just got into the spider's web over here. I gotta get that thing off of me, just so you know. I'm feeling that spider's web all over my body right now. Yikes, right? So, is it worth it? I'd be curious to hear. I mean, the video I posted this morning, but I'd be curious to hear if somebody was like, "Hey, yeah, man, you know, the Lowrider ST. This is such a nice looking bike. Got the Bassani exhaust. Will kids still ride it? You know, she probably will. But at the same time, it's always about me, the addictions of buying something else every week of my life. It seems like if you watch my channel. But the biggest thing is the Pan America CVO. It's a 1-year run, would be my assumption, and it won't be around. And I know where I can go pick one up. And so, do I pursue that? So that's really more about what this conversation's about this morning, was just to kind of give a heads up to those that watch my channel that I'm not in a marital, you know, dispute. And the wife is, I'm not going to be in a camper for like ever. So to give you an example, as the cooler months come in, you know, that just doesn't work. And so, for those watching my channel, yeah, do I still sleep in the house? Well, yeah. I mean, but for the most part, I'm sleeping here in the camper. And really, what's really cool is I figured out how to manage my hacking coughing for the moment with Kiefer, because when I move back in the house, well, the reality is Kiefer's going to be upstairs with my daughter, so I don't think it's going to be that big a deal. But just to other dogs as well, so everybody's out of that environment. And you probably can listen to me talk this morning, and you may have noticed your last few days I haven't been coughing and hacking. And I'm sure many that watch my channel, they hear me just about every morning cough or hack at some point as I'm talking on my YouTube channel. And I've been noticing lately my coughing and hacking is like gone. And once again, a lot of you who watch my channel, you know, are adamant about you're allergic to your dogs. But I think it's more about Kiefer, because I didn't have this radical problem with these Wheaten Terriers nor the Poodles. But I could be delusional. Yeah, I can be delusional. So anyways, that's all I want to talk about. And got my brand new Frog shoes on, whatever you call these things. What are they called? Yeah, Frog Lops. They are pretty comfortable, but the bottoms aren't much of anything. And so they're kind of like, it doesn't seem like it grabs that well. So am I going to fall and slip? Probably. So, and back to the Glacier Gray Ford F-250 that you saw me test driving over there at Coons Baltimore Ford. That deal isn't going to go down. I mean, it would make no sense. It would make zero sense for me to go out and buy that truck. Only way it makes sense is if I traded that truck for that truck. But in the end, it still wouldn't make any sense, because Corporal Busa said, look, you're going to give up a platinum truck for the Lariat package? And I don't disagree. Only advantage that truck has is when I got back in last night, yesterday afternoon, what that advantage that truck has is it doesn't have a spacer. It has the real ready lift coil spring. That's really what it has over this truck. Other than that, it's the same lift, same suspension, with the exception of front coil springs, where Kirby put a spacer in instead of the real coil springs. So the trucks have the same type of personality. After I drove that truck a little while, it definitely has that little bit of that squirrely feel to it. But it's a really good looking truck. Another one of you all reached out and asked, you know, what happened to the when I rolled this thing over. There's some damage there. Here's a little bit of damage right here. I don't think that's interesting. So, oh, look at here. So I indented, see here? That doesn't have any indentation right there. So I indented in. Oh, so look here. So, well, you know what? I could probably pop that back in. It's just plastic. Down here, it got a little roughed up. I'm sure it probably got a little abrasion here and there. But overall, not really, considering what happened. I mean, I really haven't gone over this that radically. But it's, you know, for me, antenna didn't antenna get broken? I don't think so. So I think we're okay. I mean, just, you know, it is what it is, right? If you go play hard with this thing, that's the thing. If you really get these things to backwoods and really play hard, the odds are against you. You're probably going to roll this thing over. They're designed. I mean, it's a roll cage. These things know, Honda and all other manufacturers know, if people actually use these things, they're going to probably roll it over, because that's just the characteristics of what your environment you're in. So, yeah, so the Ford F-250 Glacier Gray, that deal ain't going down. and which it's no teardrop in my eye. So yeah, so do you see later me loading up a lowrider ST in a trailer, or on the trailer? I mean, all sincerity, thinking it through. If I was to do something, I would just grab my empty trailer right here. That's the most efficient one. Probably hook it up to my Colorado and take a drive. And do I bring back home a CVO Panamera? That'd be pretty cool. I mean, even though I know who I am I going to ride it one time and let it sit? Probably. But what's the difference of the lowrider ST? And I know people are like, well, sell it outright. Well, problem is that bike had negative numbers put into it last July of last year. So I'll have to write a nice check. I'll have to write probably about a $5,000 or $6,000 check. I mean, I'm not lying to you, to sell it. So if I just sell it right now, I think right now I owe about 21 on it. And so somebody's going to offer me in the market about 15 for it, 16. So I'm going to write a $5,000 check to get rid of it. Which, you know, I'm not excited about that. So who knows? We'll see. But as always, just like to keep my YouTube channel active and as always going. And motorcycle adventures come your way. Well, stay tuned. We'll find out here maybe later. Have a great Saturday.